Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so what's that there? Okay. Stop that button. Okay, I'm just going to put up some tunes. Waiting. W-A-I-T-I-N-G. Waiting. Do, 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 do. Let's have a look. Oh, it's already full blast. Okay, wow. Hey, everybody. Wow, that was quick. Hold on. You just opened the door. Hang on. Gotta tune in. Hold on. Okay. Ah, there we go. Oh, okay, stay there. God, you guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I have to go right to the top. Hold on. Him knocks. Okay. I'm starting from the top, or I'm going to try to. Beth J. Natasha. I gotcha. Abby. Greetings, Abby. What's up? Abby's in the house. People, watch out. Julie. Hey, Julie. What's up? Walking in circles. Feeding all the birds. Magali. Climbing up. Let's see what else we got here. Who else is showing up? Only you. Only you. Sounds like a song to me. Lil Miz. Okay, Lil Miz. Lil Miz. I'm just going to call you Lil Miz. Roses. I'm going to call you Roses, okay? Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Good evening. I think there's another Jess coming as well. Listen for the good news coming. Alson's here. Yeah, Alson's in the house. Bringing the light, baby. Bringing the light. RLQ is here. Larasha. Mel 94. Okay. Lisa D. Lisa D. Okay, oh gosh. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Patricia and Valerie. Patricia and Valerie. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Natasha. Did I get Natasha? Yes, I got you, Natasha. And I got Little Miss. Did I get Beth? Yes, I did. I got Tina. No, I didn't get Tina. Hold on. Tina. All right, Tina. Tina B. All right, that's cool. Ms. Evil Diva. Miserable D. Diva. Mike. Okay, Mike. I don't know what bangarang means, but well, maybe you'll tell us. Hold on, I missed somebody. I missed somebody. Patricia, hold on. Wow, there's a lot of people, man. Hold on. Angelica. And I got Patricia. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Angel G. Angel G, first timer. Uh-oh. I'm going to put you in a box, Angel. Lena, no green. No G's. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got Lena. M dash. M dash, you are here. M dash. Okay. Yay, yay. Well, let me see who else I've missed. I missed some names, I'm sure. Courtney Savoy. Hi, Courtney. Good evening. I'm just going to let the song roll again, okay? I hope you don't mind. I'm trying to catch up with all the names. Jean. Jean. Okay. I got Jean. I got you. Jean J. Hi. Got you. Good evening. Angelica. I got Angelica. Yeah, I got you. ND. I'm going to have to call you ND because that's what's on the screen. I know you said Nicole, but for now... Damn, hello. I just said hello, didn't I? I just said hello, Angelica. Greetings. Oh, hold on. There's Jasmine. Jasmine and Mini. Jasmine. That's me. Duhutz Tamaya. I don't know how to say that. Duhutz. I'm just going to call it Duhutz. Okay. I hope you don't mind. Peachy Dreams. Wow, I'm just going to call you Peachy. I hope you don't mind. Maybe you're from Atlanta, the peach capital of America. Who knows? Caroline. It must be, what is it, early morning? You're over in Great Britain now? Are you? Caroline B. Are you still in England? Or I forgot. Your favorite is here. Yay, okay. Okay, let's have a look. Who else do I have here? Oh gosh, I'm losing track. I'm starting to lose track. Ivona. Hi, Ivona. How are you? B. Roxanne. Let's be Roxanne. Yeah, hi, B. Roxanne. I think I got you, Patricia. Listen to the waves come. Isbeth Murillo. Isbeth. Isbeth Murillo. Hi, Isbeth. Destiny. That's cool. Okay, hi, Destiny. Greetings. Good evening. Thank you for visiting. Wow. Listen for the good news coming my way. Natalia Sarabia Chavez. Sarabia. Natalia. I'm just going to put Natalia, okay? If you don't mind. I'm just going to put Natalia. Marissa. Hi. Hi, Marissa. Oh, gosh. I'm on page 3 already. Jai Wu. I'm just going to put Jai Wu, okay? Jai Wu. Okay, how about that? Is that good? Is that good enough for you? Wallflower. Wallflower. Join the club. It's fine. You're going to feel just fine here. It's going to be just fine. Don't you worry. And there's a Mr. Harrison here this evening. I'm going to call you Mr. Warren. Mr. Warren. Warren H. Good evening, Warren H. Greetings. And Amy Gardner. Amy G. Amy G. Okay, let's see. Okay, who did I miss? Anybody I missed? Hold on, slow down. I can't keep. Enya Cara. Enya Cara. Are you from France? Does it say you're from France? Bangarang is brownies. Oh, brownies. You brought brownies for everybody. Thanks, Mike. That's great. Yeah, Taurus, you are just awesome. Of course you are. As you know, I've probably told you before, Taurus is my favorite sign. Of course it's not fair, because I tell that to everybody. You know that. You know that. Did I put only you? I've got only you, haven't I? Yeah, I got you, only you. I got you there. Waiting on the will of heaven today. Waiting on the will of heaven today. Wait a minute, I missed somebody. Finnish. Who's from Finland? Waiting on the will of heaven today. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I saw something for about Finland. What's going on with Finland? I don't get that. Marilyn, you're right. I did miss you. Thanks. Marilyn. Okay, you're right. You're right, Marilyn. I'm sorry about that. Patricia, I got you twice. I did? Are you serious? I just want to, we just do this for the record. Doesn't mean everyone's going to get a read. Okay, there's Patricia. Got you on the front page. Oh, you're right. You're right. Thanks, Patricia. I'm just going to scratch that one here. Thank you so much. Oh, you have a crush. You have a crush on a Finnish Taurus dude. Got it. Okay. Now I understand. Thanks for explaining. There's only so much we can do here with the little chat box. But anyway, it's something. Oh, let me just check the camera settings here. I got to make sure this is all working properly. Camera controls. Got to make sure we're all here. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, looks good. Okay, apparently we're doing everything we can to make this the best show we can. So, Stephanie. Oh, wait a minute, Stephanie. I didn't see you. Sorry about that. Yes, Caroline, you could say that for sure. Stephanie, I don't think I got you earlier, did I? Okay. So yeah, Caroline, you're right. There's a whole lot of people. There's a lot of people. A lot of people. So, wow. I'm glad you're all chatting amongst yourselves. I don't know what's happening with you guys in your life, but it's been totally weird here over at Terra Lumination with that new moon and Jupiter moving into Scorpio. Wow, effing wow. Don't know what else to tell you without flagging the channel and saying inappropriate language, It's been crazy over here, absolutely crazy over here. So, Enya, you're from New Zealand. Oh, well, guess what? I do have a soft spot for New Zealand. I can tell you that. Now, where did I just see your name? Enya. Wait a minute. I know I got you. Wait a minute. Where did I put you? There you are. NZ. Wow, I guess it's... So it must be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for you. 3:15 in the afternoon on Monday. I'll say, okay. Uh-oh, we started a favoritism conversation here. I didn't mean to do that. Everybody's wonderful. It doesn't matter what sign you are in the end. I don't know why tarot does it according to your sign. It doesn't matter. If you came to me for a private reading, it wouldn't matter what your sun sign is or your moon sign or your rising. It wouldn't matter a hoot. So, but we just do it this way because it helps to put people in boxes that we understand. Because with the astrology, there's already a high degree of understanding that certain characteristics and patterns become apparent with these 12 archetypes under which we live. And it's absolutely amazing how it all works. And it's all, empirical evidence that's been gathered over thousands of years, but it seems to work. I know it sure works in the life of Terra Lumination. I have to watch the astrology very, very closely. Otherwise, my life goes kind of all over the place. And like there's no anchor, nothing to hold on to. So yeah, it's important over here. So, okay, now I had some, Rachel S. I didn't get you. Sorry. I'm pretty sure I didn't get you. Rachel S. Okay, cool. So let's see. It looks like we got about 40 people in the house. That's a lot of people to do readings. Okay, so we're going to be here for 2 days. This is going to be a 2-day show, people, because we're going to start from the very, very beginning, and we're going to do readings all the way to the very, very end. Okay, so I hope you brought your sleeping bags, your sleeping pills, your wake up pills, your breakfast, your thermos. Your Tupperware is full of food because it's going to be a long, long show. Just kidding. Just kidding. Aquarius Moonstone. Sorry about that. I missed you. Yeah. Sorry. You're right. Aquarius, I did pitch. I didn't miss you out. You're right. Thank you. Aquarius M. Okay. Aquarius M. There we go. Have I got that? Is that good? Yeah. Okay. Little Miss, okay, Little Miss, you're just bold enough to just go and ask, but so, you know what? I'm just going to admit to you right now, tonight, people, I'm just going to tell you right out of the box, that TL is absolutely wiped out, completely and utterly kapooped. So it's probably going to be a slow, fuzzy-wuzzy kind of show. Without a lot of plans or anything. Sometimes I get really hyper and overexcited, but for tonight, it's going to be pretty mellow. I'm just letting you know. And I've already marked a couple people that I feel are going to get readings. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. I'm checking and sorry, it's okay. I need me. By the way, if anybody here is a really, really good tarot reader and wants to go absolutely live online, I would love a tarot reading myself, frankly. If anybody wants to pull a couple of cards, and maybe 2 or maybe 3 cards, and you tell the story, I would love to hear your perspective. Frankly, I could do with that right now. I don't want to set you guys up. I know most of you are here just to hang out and have fun and maybe get a reading, but I also know that some really cool readers show up here now and again. We've had some big famous name readers show up on this show, just to let you know, okay? So, hey, hi Mary, what's, okay, for some reason it says the message is held for review. I don't know why, but anyway. Your favorite, okay. Favorite, thank you so much. I could really do with that. So I'm just letting you know, folks, it's probably going to be a short show. It's already 7:30. We're going to get rolling, but favorite, you've never had a reading, Stephanie, ever? What? Yeah, I could do with a reading. So if anybody wants to contact me, please do so. Go to the tarotlumination.com website. You know, that's where you go when you get private readings, and contact me there. And if you want to send a little email, just like, hey, TL, I pulled 3 cards and this is the story I figured out. I could really do with that right now. There's a lot of upheaval going on over here. Foundations of life, health matters and things that make things feel very tenuous. It's been a really good start to the channel, and it's doing really, really well. It was very tumultuous a few months ago, but it's starting to stabilize. And not only the backstage crew here at Tarot Illumination, but also the tech people and the creative support teams over at YouTube headquarters are really starting to, like, you know, help out with this channel specifically. So I feel really, really privileged, because it came under attack again recently for no particular reason. We tried to figure it out, but the YouTube folks started doing some clearing, and so it really, really helped. The only reason is Trina, thank you, thank you. I would love that. Thank you about the animal warrior. I feel a bit queasy. Peach Dreams. Wait a minute, I got that, didn't I? I got you, Peach Dreams, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, no worries. So, yeah, the beauty with Tarot Illumination is that we can actually run this business from anywhere, so long as we have a really powerful internet. and all the equipment and everything, and a good desk and some good lighting, and that's about it. And so it's been a really interesting time here because of my current location, and it feels like maybe things it's time to change. I'm not sure how or when or why. It's just that that's the feeling, and I think it's to do with this Libra new moon and things like that, and for all sorts of reasons. And it's just left my body feeling very, very stressed out and very wobbly. You know, that kind of feeling that people get when you know, you can sense something's going on, but you can't put your finger on it, but you can feel it like a rumble, like deep earthquake type stuff. That's what I'm feeling right now, and it's very unsettling, and it's made it a little challenging to keep the equilibrium and stability that's required here at Tarot Illumination to keep the readings really clear, really pristine, because uh, because you probably figured out we don't do the readings by the book exactly. They're more like storytelling, where the cards are acting more like a trigger or a portal to the energy of heaven, which allows, you know, for like a broad spectrum reading where we focus on the energy and the love specifically. Now, if I've missed out anybody, you know, it's really hard for me to watch the screen and do the show at the same time, but I do try, okay? Um, so, oh, well, I'm glad to see that. Oh, we have it this moment. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the encouragement. Wow. Wow, thank you. Oh, wow. Hold on, I gotta read that from DeHoots. DeHoots, you are a devoted servant who has been dealing with some non-corporation. Hold on, I want to read that. That looks so cool. With some, but this is a time for you. Hold on, I missed it. To strengthen your spiritual roots through the adversities. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, there are a lot of what I would call very, very difficult to handle adversities right now. Like, you know, when you get those like 12th house energies, those Piscean Neptune energies, where it's really hard to understand and figure out what's going on, but it's unsettling, like it's intuition, it's hunches and stuff, but you can't even put language to it. That's the sort of stuff I'm talking about. So yeah, dear, your favorite darkness, yeah, if you want to, you know, write later. Yeah, that would be fun. We don't do Skype anymore here on Tarot Illumination. We're just doing the Zoom system now. So we can do that, or we can just do a couple notes by email, anything. So, um, yeah, cranberry juice for sure. Cranberry juice for everybody. Hey, Primary, hi. I just want to put you up there. Primary, I thought you were away doing all your shows for the next 2 weeks. Okay. Primary, by the way, is a very, very gifted artist. And she does beautiful angel paintings so that everybody knows. So on the screen there, when you see it, it's Primary Feathers. She's a beautiful artist, okay? Does beautiful work. So, you know, just to get the things rolling, I already put a couple boxes here. I'm going to pull 3 names, and we're going to start to pull 3 little readings, and we're just going to go from there and see what happens. So, Lil Miz. Lil Miz, you're going to get a reading, okay? I know it's not fair. It's totally random. I don't know who I pick or why. And Angel G. And I can't remember, you know, as we go along, but I know there's another one. Enya Kara. Kara. Okay, so we got 3 there. I want to pick another one. Hold on. Hey, Knox, if it's not working, reload the whole video, reload the whole, do the reset button, reload the whole thing. It'll come back, okay? Okay. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so I pulled 3 to get started. As you know, it looks like there's 55, 50 something people here now. So I've lost a lot of names already. I don't even know if I've got everybody's names here. But I would love to pull one more name just to get things rolling. And, I think I'm going to do for Dehoots because you just helped me out a lot here. Um, okay, there's so many, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to give you one, okay, Dehoots? Dehoots, Dehoots, Dehoots. All right, and we'll see how that goes. And then later on, we'll pick some more names, okay? And so we'll just see how we go through the evening, all right? So you know what happens now, folks. We're going to start reading the cards. And, sometimes the readings don't make a lot of sense, perhaps even to the person. But if they make sense to you, please adopt it as your own reading too. And also, for any one of you who gets a reading, if it doesn't make sense, uh, sometimes the other visitors, they have really, really good perspectives and useful comments that can help you too, in case tarot illumination doesn't make sense to you immediately. Okay? So sometimes people just voluntarily jump in and offer their perspectives. So keep an eye on the chat list. I will not be able to watch the chat very much at this moment because we're going to start doing readings. And I ask for your forgiveness because I'm just not going to be able to see 90% of it. So I'm inviting you to chat amongst yourselves. Oh, wait a minute. We're shuffling now. We're shuffling. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what's going on, people. No, you're making me hungry too. Giselle is here. Oh, hi. Hey, okay. Hi, Giselle. Hi, Giselle. As far as I remember, you're... Oh, gosh. Oh. Yes, yes, primary. Don't worry, we can do a group healing thing, like whoever needs TLC and attention right now. Okay. I'm glad you all got your own suggestions about what works. So let's have a look. The energies are very, very intense right now, by the way, even though it's kind of an out of sign thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's there's a bunch of planets in Libra, a bunch of planets now piling in Scorpio, but they're all very, very tight. So it's just a whole ton of energy in one spot in everybody's chart. So we might all feel as though we're really being pulled over, like it's a high tide or a really low tide, and it's really, really hard to, counterbalance all that energy sometimes. So, okay. All right, here we go. Little Ms., we're going to give you a reading right now, okay? So hang in. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Here's a cut. It's just going to be a little quickie 3-card thing, all right? So here we go. Here we go. And it's going to work like so. So here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And underneath here, we're going to look at the surrounding conditions. So you have the King of Swords. Little Miss, this King of Swords has been showing up in a lot of readings recently, no matter whether it's just for the reports on the channel or the private readings. This energy here, it's all about, my feeling, it's to do with Saturn and Sagittarius right now, where Saturn is starting to wrap up its 2.5, almost 3-year journey coming through Sagittarius. And Saturn right now is acting like the truth police. They're going through the very last stages of rounding up everybody and just reminding everybody that the truth will set you free, and that it's very, very important to live by the truth, not just your subjective truth, not always having to bow down to someone else's subjective truth, but to universal truth, universal law, and stand by that. So, Lil Miss, it's an encouragement here that if you need professional advice, professional in counseling in some way, it's okay to do that. It's smart to do that right now. And if you want, you could like make uh, take advantage of the moment to try and come in contact with like really like the irrefutable laws of nature, like the laws of attraction, the laws of karma, and laws of, you know, as you give, so shall you receive, those kind of laws. Be loving, be loved. Very, very simple, pure stuff, absolute laws. So it's an encouragement to be very, very careful and abide by the truth. And there's no way around that. Don't try and shirk or get away or avoid the truth. So what's the situation here? Okay, the Hermit. Again, this card has been showing up a lot. My feeling now, Lil Miss, is just perhaps like a lot of other people that I've noticed, is that you might feel as though you're getting squashed or boxed into a corner where you don't have anywhere to go except within. The only way to go is to go deep within oneself, because all the solutions that you seek, that you would normally seek to be outside of you, out there through a job or something you could find online, or a friend or a family or a phone call or whatever it might be, the answers are not coming. So you end up like frustrated and think, well, where else am I supposed to go? Well, go within. Ultimately, all the answers lie within anyway. It's just that a lot of people find the Hermit card very uncomfortable. Sometimes it's very, very hard to accept that we are who we are. We are an individual, and we are born single, and we die single, and we are individuals, and we are always and always will be individuals. No matter how deeply connected we are to our friends, family, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, children, jobs, whatever, ultimately you are an individual. And sometimes that can be lonely and frightening for people. So if you're feeling that way right now, if you're feeling that you're being, let's just say, not in any kind of gruff way, but if you feel as though like the truth police are nudging you on your shoulder saying, little Ms., if you have to, please understand, it's almost like they're saying, go stand in the corner and try and figure out what you have to figure out. They're not doing it to punish you or hurt you or anything like that. It just means that the answers lie within, little Miss, okay? No matter what you get from a tarot illumination reading or for anyone else, ultimately you have the answers inside of you. And what's the challenge with that? Okay, it's dealing with it, because if you go deep inside of you and you realize that deep inside there are a lot of, let's say, deeply buried issues that are now vividly coming to the surface in what we would call anxiety or stress or sleepless nights, or little panic attacks or anxiety attacks or anything like that, where you would feel really stressful and freaked out. That's the challenge here, accepting and understanding that that's actually not a problem. That's actually a good thing, because we're dealing, again, I don't know if you're aware of this. I'll just do a tiny, tiny doodle here just to help you. I'm just doing this to help you, okay? Okay, little Ms. Right now, I'm just going to focus on one aspect, okay? Right now, Saturn is in Sagittarius over here, okay? Basically, Saturn is over here in Sagittarius. It's about 24 degrees, okay? That's the truth police. These are the truth police. And over here is little Chiron, okay? It's around 25 degrees in Pisces. And that's in Pisces, all right? So what's happening right now, live as we speak, little Ms., is we've got this very, very tough aspect going on where the truth police are pushing very, very hard on Chiron and Pisces, which for everybody would represent the place where you hold your most deeply buried wounds and pains and sufferings. And the whole point of this pressure is to take advantage and realize that this is for your benefit, okay, Lil Miss? The whole idea is to understand that you have to reveal it to heal it. And of course, you might be very, very resistant to wanting to do that process because it's very uncomfortable, because it would be like somebody pulling you off to the side of the road and saying, listen, Lil Miss, it's about time we take care of this stuff. You might be full of all sorts of stresses and anxieties that really need healing. We need to pay attention to this. And there's nowhere else to go. It's yours, it's inside of you, and the only way we can handle it is by admitting that you are your own person and your issues are yours and they're inside of you. And that's a challenge, okay? It's a challenge for anybody. This reading could apply to anybody, Lil Miss, right now. So it's kind of very handy we got this as the first reading. So how are you going to deal with that? Okay, we're going to find a balance. We're going to understand that as you give, so shall you receive. So what could be happening here is that you might get a sense of relief, Little Miss. You might understand that a lot of these issues, it almost kind of doesn't matter whether they were put upon you, by others who were, let's just say, out of balance with the laws of nature, where you were on the receiving end of someone's idea of what should work for you. And at the same time, you could have created things that did not work for you. And it doesn't matter, because it either way, it puts you out of balance with yourself. So the only way to come back and regain balance with the self and deal with these issues is to understand that it really doesn't matter whether you created and caused your own anxiety and stresses and wounds, or whether it feels like they came to you from someone else. It doesn't actually matter, because either way, they are your wounds. It's your pain, it's your suffering, and it's inside you. So we have to heal you. You are the person who needs healing now, and not someone else. Everyone else needs this. Everyone, we all need this, but this one is specific for you, Lil Miz. And it's a way to like it's like coming to a reckoning. It's like the truth police are coming and saying, okay, Little Miss, it's time to have a reckoning here, bring things back into harmony and balance, on the understanding that you may have done things that brought these stressors to you. You may have even done it unwittingly, even though you didn't mean any harm. It came back to you in some way. And what's happening now is we're going through a balancing phase where it's really, really important to do that. So in the end, it's a balancing out of nature, where you can understand in a karmic way, because with the pentacles here, it's very much about material evidence. The material evidence that everything is exactly as it should be. The anxieties that you own and you have here, they couldn't be any other way. And so we have to deal with that. And the potential for balancing that out is all on you. So, but none of that can happen unless you recognize and acknowledge and accept that these are your own issues and anxieties and problems that need to be healed. It's not someone else's or anyone else. And that's how you'll come back. It's like owning it. Owning it as fact, owning it as a material, solid evidence. Oh, it's really, really simple. These are my issues. These are my problems. These are my issues. These are my problems. It's yours, and we're going to take care of it. It's no point in blaming anyone else. Okay, it's stuff that has to be healed from within. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking now, so I don't mess things up or confuse you. We'll leave it at that. I hope you get something out of that, Little Miss. We're going to move on quickly here. Okay, please understand that no harm is intended here. The truth police are actually working to help you. Okay, everybody. I could almost say this was almost like a universal reading that could have applied to everybody here in the room tonight. In fact, to the whole world. Thank you very much. So thank you, Little Miss. I really, really appreciate that. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or feel like I was being judgmental or hurtful or pointing figures. I don't mean to do that. I'm just trying to give you a broader perspective so that you might find it easier to deal with your stresses and challenges right now. Okay? All right, Angel G, you're up next. Okay? Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I'm glad you get it. Thanks, Lil Miz. Thank you so much. Just want to let you know, in the last few minutes while we're doing that reading, I have not seen the screen at all, so I have no idea what's going on out there with you guys. I'm sorry about that. Um, we'll do what we can. I'm seeing a lot of new names, but I'm not going to write them down at the moment because I can't keep up as it is. All right. Actually, no, that's not fair. There's a whole. I like to get the names. We got so many people. I just saw a new. Hold on, Jennifer Ciano. Who else did I miss? I saw someone else too. Jennifer Ciano. Jennifer S. And I saw someone. What was this? Some new. Nice. Stay there. Hold on. Oh, primary needs help. Happy go lucky. Okay. Happy go. I'm just going to call him Happy Go. Tanya. Okay. Hey, Roxana. Hi. How are you doing, Roxana? Oh, you're the Russian person living in Denmark or Finland. Sorry. Okay, so I got a few extra people. Did I get that right? Oh gosh. Let's keep going, folks. We got to keep going, all right? You just want to lurk. Sharon wants to be a lurker. That's okay. That's cool. Okay, hold on. Tanya, Mauritian living in Finland. Wow. Wow. Cindy. I didn't see that. Hi, Cindy. Elizabeth. Elizabeth and Cindy. Hi. Good evening. Well, it's great. I can't keep up with you guys. Oh, gosh. Mary, actually, to tell you the truth, I don't really have a plan. It's a mess. It's a complete mess here. It changes every week. We've tried all sorts of things. Sometimes I just give up and I just pick names randomly off the paper. Father Lucifer. Father Lucifer, I forgot that. I'm just going to call you Father L. Father L. Okay. No, Tanika. Oh, hold on. Wow. I didn't get you earlier. I'm sorry about that. All right. All right, let's have a look, folks. So again, we're gonna read for Angel G now. Okay. I hope you're here, Angel. Let's have a look. So chat amongst yourselves. Do what you can. Hey, primary. We, you know, if we can't do a reading tonight for whatever reason or not, you know, we'll connect again very soon. Okay, we're just going to do that. As we were, you know, we got to do some follow-up work anyway. So let's have a look. Oh, that was weird. So I had this wacky idea the other day. These cards are getting really beat up and worn out. They've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of readings. And they're really, really nice cards. They work really, really well. And if anyone's interested, I'm thinking of auctioning the cards off so I can get a new deck. Or I'll get a new deck and I'll auction this off to the highest bidder. And I'll just send you a Terra Lumination used deck. It'll be just like any other Rider-Waite deck, but you know it was used on the Terra Lumination channel. So we might do something like that. We're already doing a big raffle for the silk scarf. I don't know if you noticed. There's a couple of videos, and there's a button over here on the side. It's not here tonight, but maybe we'll put it on later. It's where you could have a chance to win the Terra Lumination satin silk scarf. and it's 1 ticket per person, and the ticket's $3. So it's super cheap. It's $4 with the service charge for the ticketing company. But anyway, so if anybody wants to enter the competition, please go. Um, you'll have to look at the channel and find that button on one of those videos. But then you can enter the raffle, and you might win the silk scarf. And the winner also gets a private reading. So there you go. Exciting. All right, Angel G, you are up. I hope you're ready, Angel. I hope you're ready, Angel. Used deck wrapped in a scarf. I saw that. Well, you'd have to, if I was going to auction like that, we'd have to, the auction would have to open probably at least like at $140 or something, because of the price of the cost of the cards, or the cost of the scarf, and then the replacement of the cards. So it's going to be, it would be a very expensive auction. But anyway, cards are shuffled. Angel G, we're going to cut. We're going to cut. Kind of a radical cut there for you, Angel. Hope you're okay with that. Hey, Abby, thanks for hanging in, like hanging out with people and schmoozing and taking care of everybody. It really, really helps. There's a lot of people here tonight that I'm kind of way out of my depth, frankly, in terms of like, you know, hosting and how to host a show. Anyway, no worries. We're going to do you now, Angel. Here you go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And what's the weather like? The star. Okay, this is weird. The star has been showing up a lot in the private readings too, and on the channel readings. I'm not sure why, but it's happening. Just wanted to let you know, just like the Hermit card. And what was that other card that's showing up a lot? So anyway, Angel, the indication is, my feeling for you is that I actually had this for myself recently on a reading where I was trying to get some insight, and the way it felt to me is this realization that we really are truly guided and protected at all moments in time. And of course, it's hard to really believe that and understand it, because most of the time we are consumed with our day-to-day life, where we have to use all of our 5 senses just to get through the day, let alone hang around on the tarot channel and talk about esoteric woo-woo stuff. However, the indication is there. It's out there. It's telling you, Angel, it's time to understand, whether you like it or know it or not. You are always guided. You are always protected, even if you don't know it, even if you don't understand it. The universe is there for you, and it's good to know. It's always up there for you by your invitation. In other words, you see her, she's very, very pure. She's very, very innocent, and she's doing everything she can. It's like her day job is just balancing everything out for everybody and everything at all times, because that's her day job. That's her, she's kind of angelic, and that can mean offering signals and guidance and inspiration to you, and perhaps like messages from your angels or whatever that might be, or a really powerful intuitive hunch or something. Or let's say evidence in circumstances and events just feel as though you're being, let's say, guided in ways that are good for you, even if they feel weird, okay? Because it's very hard to understand and explain the card of the star when you're saying like, oh, there's hope, there's wishing, there's understanding, and there's believing, which is all tremendously awesome. But there's also knowing, actually knowing that you are guided and protected is quite different from thinking it or wishing it or trying to understand it. Knowing it is a whole other thing. So it's time for you to get beyond feeling it or wishing for it. It's time to know for a fact that you are always guided and protected, Angel, okay? So what are we going to do? Let's look at the situation here. Okay, we're not going to turn this into a level relationship reading. It's just energy. So just think of the gender here, or not, but it's very strong masculine energy. It could indicate, Angel, that you are either striving or working very hard to gain mastery over your emotional world, or all the turbulence that might be happening around you in terms of your heart, your feelings, your emotions, and the passions, and all the turbulence in life that you would feel in your chest, like a pounding heart, or a happy heart, or a sad heart, or a frightened heart, whatever it is. All those very, very, very powerful emotional currents are flooding through us all day, every day. Especially right now, there's some huge shifts and changes that are happening for everyone on the planet right now, especially starting last week with the new moon and moving right into the Jupiter in Scorpio transit. So if it's feeling like it's very turbulent out there for you, and you are being pushed to the limits of your capacity and abilities to maintain mastery and equilibrium and sovereignty of yourself over these conditions, it's an indication that you're doing a good job, and at least your intentions are good. Even if it might be very, very, let's just say, turbulent for you right now, it's an indication that if you're struggling to maintain that sovereignty, that's good, because it's already an indication that you do have what it takes to maintain that equilibrium and mastery of self. In other words, Angel, that sounds like a girl's name, but it might mean you having to tune into the sovereign male aspect of yourself, where you refuse to be owned and tipped over and, let's just say, unsettled or drowning in all this turbulence. You're on top of it. You own it, okay? And you're dealing with it some way, somehow. No matter how rough it is out there, you're handling it. You're doing a really, really good job, even if you feel like you're not. Well, what is the challenge with all of this? Okay, let's just face it. There's a degree of innocence here. So, Angel, if you are realizing that, like, let's just say you're realizing in your day-to-day life, whoa, there's so much more going on out there in the great beyond than I ever understood before. We're getting a reading here on this weird channel called Lumination, and this voice is saying, hey, don't worry, Angel, you're always guided and protected all the time. Just know it as a fact. Okay? And then they're saying, well, whoa, that means, wow, okay, cool. So I have a right to be me. I am authorized and fully dignified to be you at the maximum version of yourself, where you do not compromise yourself for anybody or anything. You're going to own it so that all that turbulence does not own you. Okay, that's cool. But the realization might be that deep down, you might be getting very, very rattled at your foundations and realizing that there's a lot about life in the world in terms of how it works at the spiritual level that you really don't know. You really don't know. You really don't understand. And yet there you are seeking it out. You do want to know, but it's like it's like two contradictory things at the same time. Like coming to almost like a shocking realization. Wow. Like, what if Terra Illumination is right? What if we really are always guided and protected? That's weird. That's only in movies. That's only in fairy tales. That's only in people who talk about angels and stuff. But no, what we're saying here at Terra Illumination is that it's for real, and that you have a right to tap into that energy, own it inside of you, even if it means you have a lot to learn and that there's a long way to go. That's okay. Your intentions are good, but the challenge here is realizing that there's, let's just say, a lot to understand, a lot to learn, a lot to handle going forward into the future, because all this potential turbulence here that could be unsettling you and forcing you to have to be very, very strong is taking you to the limits of your capabilities and endurance, to the point where you're realizing how fragile things are and how much needs to be learned, taking this energy and making it real in your life. And that means it's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do going forward. So how are we going to handle that? Because that's a big challenge. Okay, well, my feeling here with the Knight of Cups is that step one, separate yourself from the turbulence. Okay, number one, if you have to, physically remove yourself from the turbulence. The Knight of Cups could be interpreted as someone who is sick of the wars, sick of being out there, sick of being always caught up in the emotional dramas and turbulence of life and other people, to the point where you say, you know what? Enough is enough. I don't want to be sucked up into everyone else's soap opera and their dramas. Enough is enough. I want peace and love and tranquility in my life. I want to own it. I want to be the boss of me, even if it means I have a lot to learn and a long way to go. It's okay. The way to handle this and move on is to claim your sovereignty of self. And even if it feels very weird, like if it feels like you're being a loser or giving up, walking away. There's nothing shameful about like saying, you know what, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to deal with all this stuff. The only reason, people can engage in war is if there are parties that are warring against each other, and that can be you against yourself. But in this case, it feels like it's external, where the way to handle your situation, Angel, is to literally say, you know what? Step one in my learning curve, walk away. Walk away. In other words, it doesn't matter whether you feel like you're a loser, or whether you feel like you've hurt other people's feelings, or you've been hurt in your feelings. It doesn't matter, because the first step is to walk away from the war, and then bring the love home to yourself. Treat yourself. Love you first, and stop giving away all your energy to war and conflict and drama, 90% of which is probably not even yours. Okay, so that's how I'm feeling it for you, Angel. Okay, I hope it makes sense. I hope you get something out of that, and maybe someone else got something out of this reading, even if it doesn't make any sense to you. Thanks, Angel. Have a super week coming up. Okay, all right, let's keep going, people. We've got Enya Kara next. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Wow. Hey, favorite. That's beautiful. I just saw that. Yeah. Inyakara, I hope I said that correctly. Didn't you say you're from New Zealand? I think you said you're from New Zealand. Is that right? Did I get that right? I think I did. NZ? Did I get that? Did I get that right? Oh, good. I'm glad you got something out of it, Angel. Great. That's really good. Good. Cool. Let's see it with Enya. Enya, are you still in the house? Because it's your reading, okay? Just remind us, Enya. Let us know you're here. Type something in the screen. And if you're the one from New Zealand, please remind us, okay? Okay? Because it's great. I love to know. This is just vanity. I just get really excited to know that people are watching the show from all over the world, from Finland and Denmark all the way down to New Zealand and the Philippines. It's very exciting over here. Yeah. Yes. Okay, we got it. All right, Enya, you are up. Cards are well shuffled. I'm going to go to the very last second because I need a clean deck. Here we go. We're just going to do the same thing. You've already seen now how things work. One card cut. Do you see that? Little card was card cut. So we did it. Here we go. Well, why? Back, there was some interference, maybe some other channels or something. I don't know. It's kind of scary, but we're going to keep rolling, okay? Okay. All right, here we go. Here's how we're going to handle it, and here's some of the weather in the background. Enya, I don't know if you're in the middle of something right now that's either tragic or maybe it's been going on for a long time. But with the Five of Cups here, it's an indication that if there is something around you in your life, in your world, that is either causing you grief or if you are carrying something inside of you that is bringing grief and sorrow and suffering, it's really important to acknowledge it, okay? Don't bury it. Don't try to pretend it's not there or talk around it. Please, please, please acknowledge it. Bring it up. Allow it to come to the surface. Remember what I just did here earlier? Okay? Remember this little chart I made earlier? If this particular aspect right now is triggering some very, very deep wounds in you that are triggering perhaps a lot of grief and sadness, it could be anything, whatever it might be, please allow it to come to the surface. The more you resist the need for healing, the more the need for healing persists, okay? So do not bury this. So if it's around you and you're feeling it, or if it's inside of you and it's coming out, do not bury this. There's always the little hint of the Two of Cups there waiting for you when you're ready, and that's all we have to do. But it's very important to allow yourself to feel the grief, feel the sorrow, and feel the misery, and live through that and feel it, so that it does not own you, so you don't live like this forever, okay? Because we're going to move on. What's the situation? Okay. So it doesn't matter. It's just like Enya, it doesn't matter how bad it is. Somehow or other, one way or another, you're going to figure it out simply by choice. Okay, in a way, this is very, very, very simple, Enya. It's almost like it doesn't matter how bad it is out there, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter at all. Like whether it's like even if your body is in deep pounding pain and misery, it doesn't matter, because at the soul, you've got this. This is like indestructible. This is by choice. It's the energy of someone who who knows deep down in their soul that happiness is a choice. It's a decision, and that it's ultimately, it's all yours, and no one can take it from you. It doesn't matter how miserable stuff is out there. You have the right to choose to be happy from the inside out. So this is beautiful. I'm very happy for you to have this card in this position, Enya. So it's something to celebrate. You might be one of those amazingly lucky people who's absolutely indestructible in the worst of conditions. And that's a beautiful energy to have, because it's very inspiring for the rest of us. And it really gives us a feeling like, wow, if Enya can handle that, if Enya can handle that, if Enya can handle this, then we can handle anything, because this might be very severe, and yet here you are. Now, what is the challenge? Because these are two very extreme types of energy here. What's the challenge? Oh, okay. All right, with the Five of Swords here, what I'm feeling is just like, what happens when you are in a situation where you've got irreconcilable differences, where there is no possible solution. In other words, let's say it's impossible to actually fix this or heal this. So all you can do is accept it. And yet in your mind, like, you know, the logical mind, the ego self wants a solution. You're always wanting to find an answer, wanting to find a solution. And yet, which kind of defies everything. So what can happen is, the challenge is that even though you know ultimately that everything's okay and it's going to be okay, and there's no other possible outcome, still the body and the mind and the logic and the ego are constantly fighting to find answers and solutions. But with the Five of Swords here, it's like, it's the energy of futility. It's almost like no matter what you do to try and figure out, you know, like a logical explanation, a solution for why things may not be so joyful in whatever aspect of your life, it doesn't matter, because there is no solution. There is no solution. It's very, very hard to accept this card in this position, which means you would ultimately still have to go back to that very, very self-empowering decision to be happy anyway. In other words, if this can't be fixed, it can't be solved, and the only solution is to accept it and release it and let it go, that defies all logic. And you might be a very logical, capable person, to which the approach to happiness might confound you. So it's almost like you're fighting with yourself in a way that you can't win, because ultimately you know this is the answer, and yet you still have to deal with this. So you're stuck in the middle, like you're stuck in a double bind with yourself. Very difficult energy to handle. I'm sorry, Enya. How are we going to deal with that? Trust. My energy here, my feeling here for you, Enya, is trust. To absolutely trust, even in ways that you might not understand right now, that whatever happened or whatever is happening is exactly as it should be, because it can't be another way. With the Wheel of Fortune, yes, things can go up and down. You might feel as though your whole life is being swept along like you're on a roller coaster. You don't have any say in anything. But it's also fair to say that everything is exactly as it should be, and you're just focusing on the moment where it doesn't feel like it should be. So that can feel very grievous and painful. And yet, you already know deep inside you that your happiness is not contingent upon other people's pain or misery or sorrow, or your grief or your wounds. Ultimately, your soul happiness is yours and yours alone, and nobody and nothing can take that from you. The question, so to move on and be happy with this like deep internal conflict, is to understand that even if it doesn't make any sense right now, you already know that everything is exactly as it should be, and it's going to turn around again, and eventually it'll kind of like feel like it's coming back in your favor. It might not happen right now, or next week, or next month. It could be a long time from now, but ultimately things do balance out, and you have to trust that. In other words, you have to, it's almost like accepting that the laws of the universe are irrefutable. So why fight it? Your logic might want to fight it. Your physical experiences that we all encounter at some point, like maybe deep loss of someone or something, makes us feel like we want to make that right again. But in the end, in some way or other, we all go through tragedy and joy and sorrow, the endless roller coasters of joys and sorrows. A lot of people can't handle the roller coasters of joys and sorrows, so they try to numb themselves, so that the Wheel of Fortune, it kind of, instead of like going like this, the Wheel of Fortune is muted or suppressed, so that people think it just goes like this. And that's just the image of somebody flatlining through life, okay? That's not you, Enya. It looks like you are fully exposed and open in the heart to accept all the joys of life, the wonders and beauties and good fortune that is yours, and all the sorrows. It's just that it's very extreme right now, and you're being pushed to the limit. But you can handle it, because you got this, okay? So don't you worry, Enya, all right? Let's leave it at that for now. I don't want to talk too much. I want to try and do some more readings for other people. So I hope you got something out of that, Enya. Please make the best of it. And if it didn't make sense, please ask some other people on the show if they have some perspective that might work for you too. Okay? All right, Duhuds, you're up next. All right. It looks like some of you guys have become really good friends. You know, we've been doing this show for now 6 months now, and we only missed a couple of Sunday nights. But there's a bunch of you that just show up regular as clockwork, and you guys have been really good, stable, good mates. I'm really glad to have you here, and it's really helped with the other people as new people come in, and it's fun and it's exciting. And they hang out and they kind of get the vibe. They understand. It is a love tribe. Abby christened it herself. She said, TL, this is the Tarot Lumination Love Tribe. And so it's true. So it's just like all of us here at a campfire, and we're just doing like a tarot party at a campfire. Pretend it's nighttime and it's dark, and you know, just randomly somebody gets a reading, and that's it. And then we can all exchange our own energies in the background as we go along and just have fun, you know, because we're all of us, you know, you guys wouldn't be here on the show tonight unless you had the capacity to resonate at these frequencies. And not everybody has that. You know, some people would think this show is complete nonsense. But some people get it, and I'm glad you guys get it. Thank you. All right, Duhoots, you're up. Cards are shuffled. Yeah, Enya, that was a really, really like a big, broad spectrum reading there. I know you can handle it. It means like trust, trust, trust. That Wheel of Fortune there means trust in what's happening. Trust and understand it, and understand that you already own the happiness inside of you. Okay, no matter what's going on outside. All right, Duhoots, you're up. You are up. All right, so can you type into the screen, let everybody know you're here, please? Okay. Duhoots, I don't know, did I say that right? Duhoots? Duhoots? I don't know if I said it right, but could you just type it into the screen and just let us know you're here, please? Or if somebody can see you, let us know you're here. All right, I'm going to cut. Let's have a look. Here we go. You know what? I need to hold on a second. Hold on. So where is Duhoots? Did Duhoots go away? Because I'm not going to read for them if they're not here. Okay. Huh. All right. So looks like Duhoots has gone away. All right. Hold on. Okay, Dorzel. Hi, Dorzel. Wait a minute. I'm just taking the new names I just noticed. All right, so I see you guys chatting about TV. I haven't had a television in since I can remember. Mary Mendoza. Okay. All right, where's Mary? Where's Mary? Where's Mary? I'm going to find Mary. Okay, Duhoots didn't. Duhoots is a no-show. Okay. And who was that who said they wanted a reading? Oh, I've lost it. I'm totally lost it now. I totally lost it. Where did you go? Hey, where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Sorry, I've lost it. I got all distracted there. It was somebody, Mary somebody, wasn't it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Huh. I lost it. I don't get it. I don't know. Oh, Mary Mendoza. I guess I didn't write her down. Huh. All right. I know you've been here before. Sorry. Catherine Me. Primary. Jasmine. Tanya. Okay, so Miriam, you're now on the list. And because I forgot, I'm going to give you a reading now. Okay, Duhoots, I'm sorry. Bye. Oh, second page? Oh, really? No, I don't see you there. Well, I guess I messed it up. Anyway, I'm going to pull some more names now. All right, people? I'm going to start pulling more names here. First, Mary Mendoza. Mary, okay. Sorry, Maria P. I'm on to 4 pages now. Gosh, oh gosh, Maria P. I'm sorry, I don't think I got you earlier. Gosh, you are late. Giggle, what's going on? I'm pretty sure I didn't check you in earlier. Julie, hi Julie. Jeepers, where? Wait a minute. Catherine, didn't I get you? Oh, come on. Come on, people. You're right. Oh my gosh. Now I'm suffering guilt. Jeepers, Mia, I'm sorry. Oops. Miss Zola. Miss Zola. I didn't get you either. Wait a minute. Wow. Oh, we got a lot of people. Wow. Oh, I got you on the first page? Really? Oh, that's you. Huh. Oh, thanks, Julie. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Okay, I got you, Mary. You're here. You're going to get a reading, okay? Okay, there's okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull some names random. I can't remember. I think Jasmine needed a reading. Okay, if I recall. Yeah, my energy really gets totally wonky. If we could figure out a really cool system, some people put buckets of money in the super chat. Some people like connect after the show and we do private readings. All sorts of things happen, but there's no like master plan. I don't have a plan. Yeah, so I'm going to do Jasmine because you come to the show a lot, but I don't recall ever giving you a reading. I'm just I'm just using my memory, which is very poor. You probably have already figured that out. Empress, I didn't know you were here. Hey, welcome. Wow. Oh. Empress, we'll go on over here now. Jeepers, I don't think we've ever had this many people on the show. Okay. Let's see, Stephanie. Okay. Stephanie, yeah, you're too late. Ha ha ha. Okay. I don't know where you are. There's Stephanie. No, you're not too late. Just for kicks. Just for kicks because you asked. No, you're not too late. You're at the right place at the right time. Okay, Steph? I'm just going to call you Steph. Steph, all right? That's you. Over here, Stephanie. I didn't have enough room to write your whole name there. There's so many, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel awful when I pick somebody and then I don't pick somebody else. I want to pick one more. I want to pick one more. The Hoots is here? Where? Where? Where's the Hoots? Duh. Say not what? Where's the Hoots? Because I can't see her anywhere. Hoots, where are you? I'm gonna keep going. So I'm missing so many. I can't keep up with you guys. I want 1, 2, 3. I want to pick one more name. Now, who was it? There was somebody who was really like in a lot of pain earlier. Yeah, Dorsell, I'm a lefty. So let's have a look. Right, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be awful, but Who, this is going to sound really, really crazy. I know we're here to have fun and have readings, but if there's anybody in really dire situation right now, please let me know. If you really are absolutely freaking desperate for a reading and you really need to get some enlightenment, please scream on the page very, very loudly. Okay? However you do that, however you figure that out to do. And I don't know, I don't feel like doing a roll call. Primary, Patricia Hernandez, primary needs it. Primary, you're doing okay? Primary says okay. I want the person to write in the screen. All right, well, let's put primary anyway. We're going to put primary there anyway. Hola. Oh, boy. Yeah. I'm going to put you over here, primary. I want to put another name in front of you. I know we're just having fun here and everything. Catherine is screaming. Catherine is screaming. Jessica. Catherine and Jessica. Let's see if I can fit all that in. It means you were listening. I don't know if I'm going to get to everybody. Jessica F. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. That's too many people. I don't know if I can handle that tonight. All right, let's leave it like that for the moment. Let's see what happens. Somewhere in time, tarot. See, I told you tarot people showed up here. Somewhere in time. Somewhere in time, tarot. Swit. Okay, that's you, Swit. I know tarot readers need readings too. Maybe, Swit, if you want to, could you go to tarotlumination.com? Because I could really do with a reading myself. I've never asked for this on the show before or on the channel or anything. But I'll do a swap with you. You do a little 3-card quickie for me. I'll do a little 3-card quickie for you, okay? Because I need clarity too, just like you guys. All right, let's go for it, people. Oh, Dodes, you're here. What am I going to do? Where were you? My reading without. Well, you could have a reading, Roxana, but hold on. Yeah, you're right. I'm serious. TL needs a read. So let's just leave it at that for now. We've got too much on my plate as it is already with all of this. And we're just going to do it like so. Okay, Mary M, you are up. Mary M. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, Mary, here we go. Let's see what we can do for Mary tonight, okay? Let's have a look. What's going on, Mary? That was the bottom card. I nearly lost it. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. What's going on? Oh, don't be scared, Miriam. This is the little 3 of Swords. It can indicate that, perhaps this is in the mind. I don't know. You see the big, fat, red, painful heart here. And it's like, if this is like the circumstances around you, it doesn't have to own you, okay? So you might be feeling this. Perhaps you're in a love triangle, or perhaps you're in conflict with someone that you love to the point where you're already seeking third-party professional help, like an arbitrator, an arbiter, or whatever it's called, or a mediator, something like that. But it doesn't have to own you. And also remember, a lot of this pain is in the mind. And maybe, and it can really, really hurt, but this does not have to own you. This could be out there, it could be circumstantial. And with the Three of Swords, it could indicate that, yeah, even if it's something really painful, it can be dealt with, so long as it's acknowledged and brought to the surface, so that this does not own you. Okay, Mary? All right. All right, let's have a look. So it looks like the reality is that you know you need to break. And maybe, and this is going to sound really strange, Mary, but I'm just going to say it because I felt it really strongly just now. Maybe this needed to happen. Okay? I'm not trying to be hurtful or anything, but maybe this is for the best. In other words, if there was some kind of treachery or betrayal or some kind of deception, and everything came to the surface and you realized that something was not what it was, what you thought it was, and it ended up being very painful, then maybe this is for the best, because it's actually very hard to live in these kind of conditions in a way that's sustainable. It's very, very hard to do that. Eventually decisions have to be made because people are built to be binary. And when it comes to like ultimate connection, heart to heart, sure, like a mom and a dad can have 3 or 5 kids and love all of them equally. They can love each other equally. But what a lot of people are seeking at the soul level is their match, which is a binary equation. It's male with female, guy with guy, girl with girl, whatever it is, whatever your predilection, but it's usually one-on-one, because that's the way you get the greatest satisfaction, the most love, and the most value is when you have a really powerful one-on-one relationship, not a triangle, where one party is a true reflection of the other, and the other party is a true reflection of the other, and it's a mutually acceptable, desirable, sought after situation, because that's where you get the most value. Now, if you've discovered that is not what's happening in your situation, Mary, then it might be that the best thing is to take this as something that had to happen, or it's on its way to happen, and that you need a break. It's time to heal yourself from the inside out. And rather than looking for healing from the outside in, or try to fix something that can't be fixed, this might be beyond repair. So it might be a really, really good time right now, that this could be a very powerful signal for you to do a lot of self-healing from the inside out, and take a break, withdraw, and allow yourself to gently heal. Okay? And like bring yourself back into connection with yourself, where you fall in love with yourself again through the deep inside, so that, you know, the next time you put yourself out there in the world and you give your heart to another, and someone shares their heart with you, you're less likely to end up in a situation where there's so much, you know, damage or pain or suffering. So what is the challenge here? You know, some people don't want to take a break. They want to solve a solution. They don't want to heal. They want to fix something that perhaps can't be fixed. So what's the challenge? Okay, this is going to sound very strange, Mary, but the challenge here is accepting the unknown, accepting the mystery of it all, living a life where understanding that it's almost like you can't write your life like it's a screenplay and then just submit the screenplay and then expect that screenplay to play out in your life like, like an ATM machine or something. The big challenge here might be accepting and understanding the mystery of life, which it's almost like it's supposed to be that way. Because if you had spoilers, if you knew what your life was going to be like from the minute you were born to the minute you died, and you had full access to the story, the chapters, the screenplay, all of it, what's the point in being here? Half the reason for being here is to learn and grow, love ourselves, love each other, and learn from all of that. Learn through our pain and suffering, learn through our joys, understand the energy of polarity, the joys and the sorrows, how we intimate, how we separate, the joy of deep intimacy, and the beauty of separation, understanding that we are distinct individuals in our own right, and that we have our own identities. We are fully individuated, and yet we can have a complete soul merger with another, and it takes us way beyond the veil. Now, that can be hard to understand. If you're a sort of person who likes to have a high degree of control in their lives, high degree of management, then the whole idea of something falling apart to the point where it's this painful could be very hard for you to handle, because the hard part would be to understand the mystery, to understand and accept that there is no obvious apparent solution right now. And the whole point is just to accept that this is how it is. And that's the learning process. And the whole idea of the situation could have been to trigger you to understand that all healing is self-healing anyway. And you needed perhaps something very profoundly painful to like push you in that direction. So you would actively surrender to the mystery, accept the mystery, and rather than trying to constantly figure out what's going on behind the veil. I need to know, I need to know. That's great. But what tends to happen with the high priestess energy is what you need to know is revealed to you on a need to know basis. And perhaps what you needed to know was this in order to be like this. I hope that makes sense. So this is very hard to deal with, Mary, living with the mystery, living with the understanding that we don't know the answers. We don't know the outcome. There's no way to get a spoiler report or watch a review of someone else who's lived your life for you so that you can go to the end and figure out, oh, now I get it. Okay? So it's very hard to understand and live with this card here in the challenge position. So how are you going to deal with it? Okay, my feeling is to understand that you might have locked yourself in to the situation that caused this pain in the first place. And that this is going to sound, again, please don't take this personally, Mary. It might have been that you were the cause of your own undoing. Okay? We are the authors of our own demise many, many, many times. So in other words, if you're feeling a tremendous amount of heartache, pain, and suffering and betrayal, perhaps in some ways, because it's your heart, it's your pain, your suffering, in some form, way or another, you are or were a participant in the outcome. And there's no way to separate yourself from that. In other words, you are bound to the outcome. Irrevocably, and in a way that is totally like in line with, let's just say, karma or truth or ultimate truth or the laws of attraction. And that with this card here, the devil card here, the indication would be to accept that and understand that. Wow, like, oh my gosh, wow, perhaps I did bring this upon myself because I was bound to certain outcomes and expectations according to the screenplay of my life that I already written, and it didn't work out that way, which led to this. So in other words, in some ways we do create our own suffering, okay, by setting up ourselves for expectations and dreams and wishes that would be wonderful in theory, like in a movie, but may not be in alignment with our actual reality. And so it would feel like a real like disparity between real life and spirit. But here, my feeling, and for you, Mary, in this reading, is that the way to handle this, the way to handle all of this, is by accepting that you were a participant, and that in some ways you had tied yourself and bound yourself to the outcome that you might be living now. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just treat that as an awakening, as a lesson, and that this is good for you. Okay? All right, Mary, I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or cause a lot of upset, but you know, I'm just calling it as I feel the story, okay? Please forgive me, Mary. I don't mean to hurt you. You're probably dealing with enough pain and suffering as it is. All right? Jasmine, you're up next. Okay? All right. So Mary might need a lot of support right now. I'm not speaking for Mary. I'm just saying, okay? So let's move on. Hey, Precious, what's going on? Hey, Precious Moments. Yay. Precious is in the house. Precious is an amazing, loving, very, very capable person who knows how to handle massive amounts of challenge with a smile. It's incredible how you do it. How's the little one coming along, Precious? I hope I got the right person. Jasmine, you're up. All right, Jasmine? Here we're going to cut. We're going to cut. We're going to cut. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Mary might need a really big hug right now. Maybe it's time for a big group hug for Mary, you know. But it's also good to understand that we don't have to know the end of the story, you know. It's just a spoiler. It's good to understand how we are creators of our own destiny by our own decisions, okay? Okay. All right, here we go, Jasmine. What's up? Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Let's have a look in the background. Circumstantial. Whoa. Jasmine, I don't know if you're in a phase of life now where it feels very evident to you that some big, like an era, it's the end of an era for you in some way or another, and you're feeling it and seeing it around you, and there's a realization that there's a whole new era that is about to unfold for you. That would be very appropriate right now in terms of perspective, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just how it is, because life moves in chapters and waves, you know? We're here for a while and then we're gone. We arrive. Some people feel like we have past lives, and then we start all over again. We go away over to the other side, hang out there for a while, then we come back again. It's like a never-ending story, like a never-ending journey. So we're just dealing with a chapter here. If you think of movies in terms of trilogies and so on. So Jasmine, you might have just finished living the movie Jasmine 1, and now you're getting poised and prepped to live the movie Jasmine 2, okay? And that's just fine. What's the situation? Okay, well, truth be told, wow. Okay, so I don't know what the situation is, Jasmine, but you're in a situation of divine opportunity here. The Ace of Swords, you know, with all the opportunities, they're very, very fleeting. They come into our life, and it's almost like an angel taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, Jasmine, excuse me, Jasmine, wakey, 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 Jasmine. We're starting from scratch, by the way. Jasmine, this is a chance to rise into your truth. It's a chance to learn the truth, understand the higher truth, come into the truth, and live the truth by example. It's a really good opportunity, because if you've been living a life up till now, which had all the classic ingredients of what I would call a lifestyle package deal, you know, you had everything. You've got a population of people in your life, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, nieces, nephews, friends, co-workers, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, elders, little children, everything. It's all out there, pets, whatever. And everything was more or less okay in its form in terms of the movie Jasmine #1. But now we're starting all over again, and it's a chance to really upgrade. It's a chance to take everything that you've learned from the movie Jasmine, and when you start the movie Jasmine Mark II, where you start like laying out like let's say, the themes of who you want to be, where you want to go, and how you want to do it, you're going to have the chance to do it now in a way that is much more truthful and honest and direct and unambiguous than ever before. It doesn't matter whether that's your love life, job, home, locations, training, schools, colleges, or anything like that. It's just higher standards of truth, integrity, honor, understanding, learning, and all of that good stuff. So what is the challenge with this? Because it looks like if you feel like you're just stumbling into this, that's cool. But you might have been praying for this for a long time, and now your angels have answered. And now it's here. It's in your lap. This is your time, Jasmine. This is your opportunity to start Jasmine 2. Okay, it's like you're walking into the theater. Okay, here we go. What's the challenge? Okay. So the challenge here for you, Jasmine, it might feel a little bit scary, because it's like, well, wait a minute, wait a minute. Is there anywhere that I can watch a review or get some previews or anything about Jasmine Mark II, Jasmine 2, the movie? Has anybody got some trailers out there I can watch? Because that would be really nice to know. On the other hand, what's happening with this card, it's an indication that is that there are no trailers. There's no previews. There's no novel to read in advance. There's no anybody or anything out there who knows what Jasmine 2 is all about. It's only you. And so that could be a little intimidating, but it can also be very, very exciting because it's almost like you get the chance to start absolutely from scratch. But again, that can be really scary because that means you have any option and all options open in front of you. So what do you do with that? It means it's almost like going into the wilderness, like, whoa, what do I do now? Like, what happens if somebody pulled a switch, your angels came back and said, you know what, Jasmine, you prayed for this, you asked for this, you already know it's the end of this package deal. This lifestyle package is done and over. You already know, you already knew that Jasmine 2 the movie was going to start soon. You asked for it, you got it, it's here, and now it's happening. And you kind of go, oh no, oh no, it's actually happening, which of course is very exciting because it's like getting your prayers answered, but it's also very scary because you're getting your prayers answered. Oh no. Why do you think we do Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live? Oh no. Sometimes we actually put that on the title of the show. I should put that right here. In fact, that's what we're going to do. We're going to rename the show just for tonight. Oh no. We're going to rename the show Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live. Oh no. All right. You see what we're getting at here, Jasmine? Yeah, it's scary, but it's also wonderful. So how are you going to deal with all of this? A lot of big changes. Wow. Okay. Gosh, Jasmine, you got some big cards here. Look at this. Look at this. Look what's going on here for you. Wow. So the way to do it is almost like pretend you're like in some magical movie fairy tale. Okay. This is my feeling for you, Jasmine. You pretend like you're just one of those lucky people. You got off the bus in Los Angeles and you kept thinking, I've always wanted to be a movie star. How are we going to do that? I don't know. And then suddenly, whoosh, whoosh, swirly stuff happens around you. And somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, well, Jasmine, how would you like to be the movie star? You just prayed for that. You've got it. It's going to happen. In fact, how would you like to be the movie star and the star in your own movie? And you kind of go, oh, wow, well, that would be ideal. Thank you very, very much. So is that truly possible? And then your angels say, well, actually, yes, you prayed for it, you asked for it, you've got it, and it's here now. So how are we going to do this? And then you say to yourself, okay, wow, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy about this. I'm absolutely deliciously, perfectly cast and made for this part. In fact, nobody could play this part better than me, myself, Jasmine. Thank you very much. I look perfect. I have the right gifts, the right talents, the right skills. Everything is so awesomely beautiful about me that I can manifest this role perfectly right now. So please, dear angels, please tell me, where is the hair and makeup and wardrobe department, please? I have to get there right now because, well, because thanks for answering my prayers, and I have no idea what's going to happen. Oh, by the way, is anybody out there got a screenplay that I need to read? And then your angels say, Jasmine, no, it's improv. It's improv. So you're going to be out there just improvising, creating your own new life, and you're going to manifest a wonderful new way and perspective of living life going forward. And accept and embrace the terror, the fear of going deep into the unknown and starting from scratch. It's in some ways very exciting, very beautiful, very scary. And I'm actually kind of envious. I'm actually kind of envious of you, Jasmine, right here. It's beautiful. So go for it. All right, Jasmine, I hope that reading makes sense and you can do something with it, translate that in a way that works to you in your world. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. All right. All right, we're going to keep moving. Steph, you're up next. Steph, you're here. I'll put Steph star because I ran out of room. Okay. Somebody wrote in. It says, what does it say? Jasmine, you get a leading man too. Ha ha, that's cool. M. Knox. M. Knox, you just said something like, woot woot. Oh, I'm excited for these two. Stephanie, yes. Stephanie, you're up. Stephanie, da da da. Stephanie, you're up. Oh my gosh. Yes, Stephanie, you picked the right time at the right place for the right reason. You are on Terra Lumination, Sunday Night Live. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, well, anyway, let's get back down to earth, people. As you know, this is a very, very serious channel, and it's a highly professional operation, and we do things to the very highest standards. You already know that. Okay. And you already know that things chop and change as we go along. There's a backstage crew here, and they do their best, but they can be quite unreliable at times, and sometimes a little bit rowdy, and sometimes they feel that they have the right to just take over the show whenever they want. But anyway, what can we do? It's a union crew, and they have rights. So let's have a look. Stephanie, you're up. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is totally pro. Thanks, Medusa. Yeah, all right. Happy Go Lucky loves me to pieces. Wow, love you too, Happy Go Lucky. Thank you very, very much. It's lovely to be loved. I have to tell you, I'm very lucky because I'm very deeply loved, and I know it. So you can be jealous if you want, but it's just that it's like a pulsing energy in my life. I have as many ups and downs as all the rest of you guys. I have my moments of joy, my moments of sorrow, but I know that I'm deeply loved, and that makes me almost like bulletproof. It's amazing when you know you're not thinking it, you're not wishing for it, you know for a fact that you are deeply loved. It's literally like having, gold bars in the bank. It's like being bulletproof. It's like it doesn't matter what happens out there. It doesn't matter what happens to anything. Be loving and be loved. Be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. All right, so this is it, Steph. Stephanie, it's the big long one. Stephanie, yeah, it's Stephanie V. It's Stephanie V. I didn't know there were two Stephanies. I think it's for you, Stephanie Vaughn. Oh, Courtney, by the way, yeah, I'm a little bit wobbly. I'm a little bit lightheaded, but we're going to keep going. All right, we can handle it. Stephanie V. This is Stephanie V. All right, let's put that out here, just so that you know. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. What's going on in the circumstances here? Okay. Well, with the Eight of Cups, you know what they say. It's kind of like, there's no going back. You might be in a situation where you've been puttering along through life, and there's so much that you've loved and cherished, how we've fallen in love with our stories, our history. Like, oh, can you remember when we did that? Oh, can you remember when we did that? And how this was a total mess up. Oh, it was a disaster. And you're hanging out with all your buddies and you're crying your eyes out. And then you share another story, another war story about, oh, this worked out really, really well. And then you realize, wow, we've gone as far as we can, brothers and mates, brothers in arms, sisters in arms. We've gone as far as we can here with who we are, the way we are now. And it's time to almost like give everybody a big love hug and say, I wish you all the best, everybody. I'll see you on the other side, because then everybody breaks up and goes on their next spiritual step in their evolution in order that they can come back and reconnect later, knowing that it is a solitary thing and they are going off into the unknown. sometimes triggered by the eclipses, sometimes triggered like right now by the brand new new moon we just had a couple of days ago in Libra. So it might feel as though you're being swept along in such a way that deep down, Stephanie, you know it's time to move on, and let's say, raise up your game, rise up to a higher level of, let's say, spiritual understanding and spiritual being, um, leaving behind like your innocence, your experience, and everything that you held dear, and which is also wonderful, full of love. There's nothing lost here. It's just history. Okay, what's the situation? Okay, well, I don't want to labor it too much, but do you remember what we were talking about earlier with the Ace of Swords here? Maybe it's something similar going on here with you, Stephanie, where you're realizing too, we've got one of these situations going on. Okay, my feeling here for you, Stephanie, is that the Ace of Swords is the card of sacred opportunity to come into the truth. It's like the truth police have literally landed on your front door, and the door is opened, and they're saying, Stephanie, I believe you invited us, and we're here. We've shown up. We're the truth police, and we're here now, and we're going to do this. And it's like, oh, well, I guess this is what I prayed for. I guess this is what I asked for. So, um, okay, well, let's do this. Oh dear. So it's almost like, well, tell me what I need to know. Tell me the truth about life, how things really, really, really work. Because if you are on that path of, let's say, ascendance, and Saturn is here, the great teacher who goes over and over and over again, whatever it needs to be done, so that you learn, you learn, you learn the truth. Sagittarius is very much about going on that long journey to learn the truth, know the truth, understand it, and own it inside of you. And that could involve revealing a lot of things that need to be healed and understood that have been, let's say, holding you back. Because you might be one of those people who are very, very much in love with their war stories. Okay, let's go back to this again. Like, you know how we hold on to the past so dearly? Because it's like all we know. And in the present moment, you've got your life, so called. But in the future, it's like there's a lot of uncertainty. Just look at the card. However, that's where we evolve. Evolution is all about making the decisions in the moment right now to where we're heading. And we're always heading into what we feel is the unknown. And that's evolution, folks. And there's a lot of pressure on you right now, Stephanie, to do that because you've probably asked for it, because this is a card of sacred opportunity. And when that opportunity arrives, it's usually an indication that somewhere deep down, you were actually asking for this because you know you needed it, you know you wanted it, and now it's here, and now it's happening. All right, so what's the challenge? Okay, with the Judgment card here, the challenge would be understanding that you have a full right to start from scratch again. You might not think you deserve it. You might have lived your life in such a way where you could have, let's say, left a trail behind you, where even with your best of intentions, there's a lot of pain and heartache and things that go along with all the good stuff. You might have had like a, let's say, whatever it was, a job or a relationship or a way of life or a way of living or a place of living that was full of all the ups and downs and the emotional, let's say, yumminess. And somehow you realize it's time to change and move on. And it's also on the understanding that there might be a little bit of remorse there, because if you did things that, let's say, you're not proud of, and there's nothing you can do about it anymore, understanding that we all do that. We all make huge mistakes in life. Sometimes we leave huge trails behind us. We didn't mean to. We were actually always living with the best of intentions, even if we kind of, let's say, misbehaved. And yet you're realizing, wow, I've got a chance to start from scratch again. I know I have to move on. I know I have to raise up my, let's say, my spiritual vibrations. The challenge here with the Judgment is that it's almost like being The challenge is accepting that you are forgiven, accepting that you are redeemed, accepting that you are reconciled, and accepting that you've been given a free pass. In other words, like when you're moving on, you're getting a complete fresh start, even if you think you might not deserve it, even if other people might think you don't deserve it. You're getting it anyway, in a way that's baffling, in a way that doesn't seem to make any sense to the logical mind, and yet it's happening here. It's happening right now. The challenge is, it's very, very hard. Like when something really beautiful happens in your life, sometimes people don't get it. They don't feel they deserve it. Like when a genuinely loving thing happens or a new opportunity arrives and it doesn't fit their pre-existing expectations or understandings, they can reject it, especially when it's something very pure, highly distilled, like real true love, for example. Um, because you might have been a very good expert at, let's say, denying yourself, um, and demeaning yourself in such a way. But now is the chance for you to receive. It's a chance for you to, let's say, be forgiven and accept it. And that's a very, very humbling thing to do, to accept forgiveness, accept redemption, accept reconciliation, because you might not think you're worthy. But you can say a little chant like this. You can say, pretend I'm you, Stephanie, and I'm just saying, I'm Stephanie, okay? I am worthy. I am deserving. I am open to receive. I am ready. I am willing, and I am able to receive this upstart, this new upgrade, this forgiveness, this reconciliation. But that might be very hard for you to say because you might not normally have been living that way or understood that you had the opportunity or the right to live that way. So how are you going to deal with that? Okay, admit that there's stuff to learn. We're getting repeat cards here, people. We're getting to that time of the night where it doesn't matter how much I shuffle the cards or cut the cards, we start to get synchronistic themes that keep showing up. That means some of these messages are for everybody. So my feeling for you, Stephanie V, is that, like, even if it doesn't make sense about what's happening to you right now, even if it feels like you're moving on, even though you might not want to, even if you feel that you know you have to raise up your like spiritual vibrational frequencies, even though you might not know what that means, and even if you get the chance to do it and you don't understand, why did I get the chance? Because you might be plagued with things like guilt and self-doubt and shame and all sorts of like very, very subtle forms of self-defeating, self-undermining characteristics and traits and behavior, which left you, let's say, in a stagnant pool of evolution where you couldn't go any further. And now it's the chance to move on. But moving on means leaving so much behind that you already thought was real in terms of love, relationships, homes, jobs, and people. But this is the moment. It's happening whether you like it or know it or want it or not. So the way to handle it is just be very, very humble and graceful and accept that there's an awful lot we don't know. We simply just don't know. And it's okay, Stephanie, to understand that maybe there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to know, and it's up ahead of you. It's lying ahead. And please treat this as a tremendous opportunity to like reintegrate yourself and bring new, like real new, like nuts and bolts ways of understanding life and how it works. To a higher degree, to a higher standard. So in other words, your spiritual laws, spiritual understandings start to match your external life experiences and your internal experiences. So it kind of does become unified and all kind of makes sense. In other words, oh, the law of attraction is real. Oh, wow, the laws of karma are real. Oh, when Terra Illumination says, be loving, be loved, it works. When he says things like, you are loving, you are loved, it works. Wow, it's okay. Like, I know I'm sounding like a little bit trite and simplistic here, but it's okay. You know, it's okay to understand that there's a lot to learn and a ways to go, but that's cool. It's exciting and it's fun. Okay, and then you can integrate that and own that inside your being, um, on this new path where you are heading. Okay, Steph? I hope you get it. I hope you get something out of that. Okay, Catherine, you're up. All right, people, I have to tell you, let's have a look. What I'm doing here is, it seems like what's happening here. Hold on, I got to check this out because I'm reaching burnout, and what's happened here is I've just done non-stop readings. And I got Catherine, then Jessica, and then primary. So we're going to do 3 more. I'd actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a little break. I'm a little out of breath. I'm a little tight-chested, and I need a bit of a break. So I'm going to put on a little piece of music or something, and we can just hang out for a minute, and then we're going to do 3 more readings, okay? And that'll probably be all that we can handle here tonight on the Tarot Lumination Sunday Night Live Oh No show, okay? So here we go. Let's put on a little tune. That's why Earth, Sun's skin. Let's have a look. I want to do something. I want to play a tune. Hold on. Stay there. Don't go away. I'm just going to pick a little song. Okay, I'm glad you got something out of that, Stephanie. Okay, take a moment. Thanks. I'm going to put this little song on right now because I've been thinking about it recently, and it kind of changed my life when this person came into my world, and this is kind of my tribute to her. It's a little song called Through the Ether. I hope you guys like it. Give me a moment. I'll get it set up so we can put it on the player here for you, and then we can have a little treat. I get to have a little break, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so stay there. Oops, I got the wrong file. I got the wrong file. Stay there. We're doing okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. What's the song? I gotta find the song. Something's wrong. I gotta check something. Give me a moment, people. Please talk amongst yourselves. Please talk amongst yourselves. I gotta find something on the computer here. Song. Where's music? Here we go. Here we go. Through the ether. Laying up and around in our mountains, in our seas, in our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything's gonna be okay. And you're holding my hand all the way. La 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 la. Our inner sense is becoming so apparent in our magnificence at the same time too. With your permission and our shared ambition, we get the chance to discover our truths. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay. That you're holding my hand all the way. That you're holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. I'm just going to let it play again, folks. I need a couple more minutes. I hope you don't mind. Through the ether. Laying up and around in our mountains, in our seas, in our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay. That you're holding my hand all the way. La, 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 la. Our innocence is becoming so apparent, and our magnificence at the same time too. With your permission and our shared ambition, we get the chance to discover our truths. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay. That you're holding my hand all the way. That you're holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. Okay. All right. So I'll be back in just a second. I should have done this while we were having the break, but I need to get one more refill of something in particular. I'm sure you understand, and we'll be right back. And we'll do a couple more readings, okay? Let's see. All right, I am back. I love doing this stuff for you guys. I really do. I wish I could have all of you over here at my house, and we can just all hang out in the living room, fill it all up, and just do this in person. It would be so exciting. I have to tell you something funny, people. Hold on. Okay, let's just, I want to tell you something. This is just to fill in a little bit of time before I get back to the cards. As you know, Abby is here in the house tonight, or she was here earlier. And Abby is actually a professional healer, hands-on, in person. Tarot Illumination is a little too shy, and we just do what we can online. Let's just call it digital online vibrational energy healing. Okay, cool. That's what we do here, especially on Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live. Oh no, because it's happening right now. And you guys wouldn't be here unless you needed advanced vibrational energy healing, like what we do. Now, here's the thing. Like, I thought, okay, this is cool. Let's just go, nutty crazy here with some Tarot Illumination, and let's do a modeling event where Abby can model the Tarot Illumination scarf. And of course, you've seen the scarf in the videos. It's beautiful, and everybody would want one if they could have one. Okay. So I thought, well, let's do a modeling event. Let's put the show on. Abby was totally up for it. Abby did a fantastic job earlier. She looks beautiful, and she has this scarf, and she puts it on and shows it to everybody. And so we did it on the Zoom system, part of Tarot Illumination. So when you get there, it kind of looks like this on the screen. Okay, just like you're looking at a laptop or your smartphone. There it is. But it's different. Because like on Sunday Night Live, what we have is there's the show, and then, over there's the chat. All right. So that's what we're all doing right now, which is fun. It's really exciting and fun. I love doing this. But when we do it on the Zoom private system, what happens is it's like this, but we are on camera. Like, there's a little picture here where for Tarot Illumination. Over here, there's a little picture, but when you come to the private system, there's a little box for you, and this could be Tina No Green Effects, this could be Tanya, this could be Giggle, this could be Mike Wells, this could be All Sun, this could be anybody, but you all get your own box. Everybody gets their own little box, and you can talk. And you get to be in the picture. You get to be in the picture. And so, okay, so I was talking with Abby, and we thought, well, that's cool. Let's just do this for kicks, okay? Because it'll be fun. It'll just be an awful lot of fun. And we can talk about energy healing and do some modeling and try to promote the scarf, blah, blah, blah. So we did that. And some of the people came to the show. And what happened is that as soon as people realize that they're on camera, they freak out and they disappeared. So you know how it feels over here at Tarot Illumination. Okay, I get stage fright and I'm very camera shy, and yet here we are, we're doing this stuff. So what happened is we did this a week or two ago, and a bunch of people showed up at the modeling event, but they got there and they just disappeared. All the boxes disappeared, and we had a couple folks remaining, and we had a blast. It was like a private party with just 5 of us. It was so much fun. 4 or 5 of us, I think. It was so much fun. And you don't have the chat or anything. You actually, we talk to each other. We see each other. It's such a hoot. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, because what's going to be happening soon, we're going to kind of do a hybrid. Soon, we're going to have a little show, and it's probably just going to be Abby and TL, okay, over here. And what's going to happen, I figured out how to play with the technology so we can do a little show where Abby's going to be live and TL is going to be live, and Abby's going to model the scarf and hang out with us and tell us about healing and things like that. And then we're going to post it on the channel. Okay, so it's not like we're doing live tonight, but it's sort of like an in-between thing. Okay, I just wanted to let you know we're planning on this. It's in the planning phase. All right, there you go. People were naked. Yeah, I know. Funny things happen on this channel. I tell you, really funny, wacky, fun stuff happens. I love that. You can see why I love doing it. All right. So anyway, Catherine, you're up. You're next. You're next. Wow, it's getting really late, people. We got a couple more readings. Primary, I have to tell you, I'm already past burnout. I'm wiped out. My chest is killing me. I need to breathe. I need some breathing exercises. I need to do a lot of self-healing. I need a lot of sleep and rest. And what we can do is we can hang out like we were planning to do anyway, okay? So don't worry about it. We're going to talk about everything that we need to talk about. Right now, we're just going to do a couple readings, and we'll probably start to wrap it up soon, okay? All right, giggle. All right, what do you giggle? We're not going to reveal names of who was naked. Jeepers. We don't do that stuff on this show. If you want to, you can go to a nudist colony for that. I'm sure there's a way to do that, but Tarot Illumination is a tarot channel. You know, it's cards, it's hanging out, it's spirituality, it's astrology and stuff. We don't go parading around in the buff. I just thought of something. Please bear with me. This is just a joke. Tarot Illumination, Sunday Night Live. Oh no. Nude tarot readings. Ha 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 ha. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I know there's other tarot readers out there who get away with all sorts of wacky stuff. I don't know how they do it, but Tarot Illumination, it's a squeaky clean channel, and even a 6-year-old can watch the channel and have fun. I know there was one of our guests, I think it might have been Trinity. She has a bunch of kids, and she sometimes brings her kids to the show. We all have fun. It's a hoot. You know, we can do tarot for 6-year-olds. We can do 60-year-olds. We can do 80-year-olds. It doesn't matter. All right, Catherine, cards are shuffled. We're ready to go. We're going to cut now. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. Hang in. Hang in. Hang in. That's a 2-card cut. Wow. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. What's going on in the background? Kaboom, Queen of Pentacles. So with this going on in the background, my feeling for you, Catherine, is you might be kind of in a vortex where you get that feeling like, wow, things are actually pretty cool. It's that feeling like how, you know how things line up? When the Queen of Pentacles is almost like perplexed at her own abundance. It's almost like she doesn't know what to do with this. The Queen of Pentacles just didn't like end up here. The Queen of Pentacles understands the energy of value, the energy of worth, the energy of as you give shall you receive, the laws of attraction. She understands that. And it's the understanding, like it's quite a burden. Like when you have all these like gifts and talents, you don't want to just throw this around like confetti where it ends up on whatever they call it, fallow ground. One of the energies about the Queen of Pentacles is the understanding that it's very, very important to be very conscientious about how and where you share your resources, like planting seeds. I mean, it's very wonderful to have all the abundance and generosity and gifts and values and resources of the Queen of Pentacles, but you don't want to just pour it down a drain. It's very important to understand that the energy of investment here is important. In other words, like for you, Catherine, it's really important to understand where are you going to allocate your resources, with whom, why, where, what is the purpose, what is the meaning. In other words, you got to make sure you're dealing with fertile ground, fertile people, fertile situations, so that everything is worthy, and so that you are, when you're planting seeds of love, there's a a very high chance that they will grow and thrive and produce more. Okay, abundance breeds abundance, so long as it's managed properly and it's not squandered. It's very, very important right now to be very, very aware of how fortunate you are, and that there's no point in squandering these resources. In fact, it's a responsibility to handle and manage these resources so that more resources grow from these resources. All right, so what's the situation? Okay, it's the understanding of resources here. So with you, in your situation, Catherine, you might be in a point in life where it's just like, does anybody understand me? Does anybody really get me? Like, you're doing all this stuff. You're really good at who you are and what you do. And you're in a team environment and people are there, and there's something I feel like there's something in question, like you're doing everything you can to optimize who you are in a very responsible way. And yet there's something like, it feels to me like it's out of whack. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had to have this card of understanding and awareness that needs to happen right now, where to me, this is kind of like, this card is amplifying what we just talked about on the Queen of Pentacles over there. It's really like you're in a point right now where it's a really good time for you to come to terms and understand how valuable you really are. Who are you really? What are your assets? What are your talents? What are your gifts? What are your intentions? What is the purpose? What is the mission behind all this? What is the vision behind all this? And how are you going to make that happen? And it has to happen in a team environment. There's no point in you going off on your own doing this, like building a massive monument that no one's going to see. It's really important to understand that the work that you do has value to others, and that the others appreciate you, and the value is reciprocated accordingly. Okay? So to me, it feels like the energy of reciprocation, on the understanding that you might be in a place right now where you might be learning how valuable you are to others and how valuable others are to you, in such a way that maybe this is something you needed to know. Okay, so what's the challenge with this? Okay, well, with the Moon card here, I have to bring up the word trust again. We used it earlier for another card, but what I'm feeling here is that there's this energy of doubt. Okay, it's almost like, for some reason or other, it's almost like, Catherine, you might be doubting your own self-worth, your own value, your own talents, your own gifts, for whatever reason. Perhaps you're in the habit of putting yourself down, or perhaps you're in an environment where you're not really truly appreciated for who you really are and what you can do and how you do it. Perhaps you're in a situation where you're not really highly valued, not appreciated. And that's a little bit disorienting, but you might have been like unaware of it till now. And so you have to be here in this position where the challenge is like let's say, like tuning into what your feelings are telling you, and if they're telling you things that you really would rather not hear, and that's a problem for you, to the point where it scares you, then that's a problem. Because my feeling here is that it's all about the energy, like the energy of value, like like you're Catherine, like how valuable am I? Like, does anybody really understand how good I am, how worthy I am? Does anybody recognize that? And also, do you recognize that in others? In other words, are you in the right place at the right time with the right people for the right reasons? It's really important to understand that. And when you come to that realization, let's say you just understood that spontaneously right now here on Terra Illumination Sunday Night Live, that could spook you out. That it make you realize, like, oh my gosh, I didn't ever see it that way before. That's a little bit scary. That's a little bit frightening. And it puts you in a position where it's almost like you don't have anywhere to turn except your subconscious, and facing like your own shadows, where you might realize that, wow, you might have been the one who was discounting yourself. You might have been the one who was questioning yourself. Some people, you know, if you were brought up and raised in an environment where you're now as an adult lacking, seriously lacking in self-esteem, and then realizing that your own lack of self-esteem has an impact on your environment around you in how you are perceived by others and how you perceive others, that's a problem. And that could give you like serious vertigo. You know, the way I'm speaking it out right here tonight, as your reader, Catherine, I don't mean to say this in a way that hurts you, but if people have not spoken to you in this way before, maybe this is a good time for you to hear it. And but don't take it personally. This is not judgmental. Maybe it's important for you right now to understand that you really are worthy, you really are deserving, and that you are, you know, you've got something that counts. It's just that you might have like conducted yourself in a way that you've always discounted yourself and not being appreciated, not being understood by your peers, by your friends, by your families, because of the way you conduct yourself, because you felt unworthy. You know, we're getting very complex here about, you know, things like childhood conditioning that can leave a serious imprint where you turn into an adult where you might feel unworthy. And then all of a sudden, poof, like we're finding it out on a weird, wacky, almost disturbing little tarot reading on Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live. And that could be disorienting because it puts you in a position like, well, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now? I don't know what to do, where to go. I mean, no one's written a book about this for me. So how are we going to handle it? Okay. With the Three of Wands here, let's just do an honesty thing. Somebody was writing in the screen over and over and over about how honesty is very cool, very attractive, okay? Well, I feel the same way. My feeling is that with the Three of Wands here, it's a chance for you to see how, like, in a very innocent way, without blaming anybody, you might have felt unworthy, you might have felt undeserving, but that's okay. It doesn't mean it has to stay that way. And if you were raised in such a way where you were not valued or self-esteem was always being undermined, then it's no wonder. You know, this is a card of consequence. The Three of Wands here is like seeing your the results of your decisions coming in, for better or worse. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's an optimistic card in some ways, but it's also a card of karmic consequence. So it can indicate that, Catherine, it's no wonder things are the way they are for you right now. And it's not your fault. It's just how things are. But it's also very liberating because once you realize like the laws of, you know, attraction, then you can change that by shifting the attitude, by making yourself realize that, wow, wait a minute, like we did with the other reading earlier. Wow, Catherine, pretend I'm you, Catherine. Wow, I'm Catherine. I really am worthy. Wow, I'm Catherine. Actually, I'm deserving. Wow, I'm Catherine. I'm actually now open to receive. Not only that, I'm Catherine. I'm ready. I'm Catherine. I'm willing. I'm Catherine. I'm able to receive the good stuff that I really deserve. The assets and the resources that I have that could be manifested in a way that works for the best for you, Catherine, and the best for everybody else. So it's not depleted and exploited by others or depleted or undermined by yourself. And you can change the consequence of a mediocre outcome into a good outcome. Okay? So I hope I explained this in a way that makes sense to you, Catherine. If you need to, you can go back later and watch the video on the channel and squish it up to this moment here and then listen to it again and reinterpret. But I hope for now you get something out of it and that you can recalibrate, you know, in a way that works for you so that you really tap into your true worth and you like start to demand respect for others, from others, and then receive that, okay? All right, let's keep going. Oh, it looks like Favorite's doing a read. Favorite, please, because I can't see the screen 90% of the time. If you're, I just saw that something TL. If you're doing like a TL reading, like the same thing we're doing here, but in reverse for TL, and you can squash that into a tiny little email, it would really help me. And you know where to go. TerraLumination.com. Go to the message center, the contact connect center, and I would love to hear that. Oh my gosh, Favorite. By the way, I want to tell you, everybody, Favorite has been with Terra Illumination since the very beginning. When we started doing this, Terra Illumination, Favorite reads oracles. Okay, she's reading cards now, from what I can tell on the channel, but she really is good at oracles. Okay, so there you go. More wonderful things that you're learning about each other. Okay, tonight. Okay, it's my pleasure, Catherine. All right. It's fun how this all turns it like into a mutual support group. It's like being around the campfire and everybody starts to huddle into their own little groups and does their own little thing. I think it's really cool. I think it's really, really cool. All right, Jessica F., you're up. Jessica F., you're up. I think I'm going to call it quits after this. Thanks, Primary, because I really need a break. All right. Sorry, I'm just kind of going random here, and my brain is very loose right now. We've done a bunch of readings all in a row. I'm kind of getting all spacey. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. All right, Jessica, are you here? I hope you're here. I hope you're here. All right. What's going on out there? Okay, with the Hanged Man. So, Jessica, with the Hanged Man out there, it could indicate that this is a really good time for you to detach. Just completely like allow yourself to float up into the great beyond. Pretend you're having an out-of-body experience and just let it happen. Like if you're getting this feeling like, what the heck is going on in my life? I don't understand it. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. I've read all the books. I've watched all the videos. I've been to every event. I've studied everything. I meditate. I do yoga. I burn incense, blah, blah, blah. And I still don't get it. It's okay. Guess what, Jessica? It's perfectly okay. Allow yourself to have a complete out-of-body experience and just say, you know what? I give up. I totally give up. And then poof. It's almost like by saying, I give up, I surrender, then your angels come in and say, at last, finally, Jessica has surrendered to the great beyond. And then instantly they land in your lap. They kind of go, shoo. Let's take Jessica, and we're going to take Jessica over here, and we're going to put her over here, and we're just going to hold her here for a moment, where Jessica can now watch Jessica living the life of Jessica, but from a new perspective. Okay? And that's very trippy, very, very weird, but it happens. And it can be a very good blessing for you to happen right now. So if you feel like you're in that kind of like swirly place right now, and it's a little bit disorienting, a little bit of vertigo, it's okay. Treat that as a gift, okay, from your angels. What's the situation? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, another repeat card. So, Jessica, I'm feeling this is all about self-worth. So if you're like one of those people who are trying to just figure out, who am I really? What am I doing here? What have I got? What can I offer the world? I have so much talent. I have so many gifts. Why doesn't anybody get it? Oh, maybe I do have that, and I am trying to upgrade it and turn it into ways that work for me, Jessica. But I'm not quite sure how to do it yet, because it's important to understand that when you make the decisions about how are you going to expend your resources and invest your resources, you don't want to waste them. It's really important to put them invest your energy and resources and talents and gifts, of which you have great abundance, and put that in a way that makes sense, that's very useful for the long term down the road. Okay, what's the challenge here? Okay. Okay, people, you got to admit, this is kind of weird. Statistically, this is kind of weird. All right, you've seen this card before. So let's have a look. It's like two cards from the last reading. I shuffle, I shuffle, I shuffle, I cut, I cut, I cut. What can you do? So for Jessica, if you're in a situation now where you're trying, whether you like it or not, you're coming into a period now where you have a chance to really discover your own value, your own worth to yourself and to others. But it might feel very weird to you because you might have already thought you had it figured out, but you might be realizing now that you actually don't. And it's time to see things from a whole new perspective of who am I really? What am I going to do with all this? So the challenge is, repeat, who am I really? What am I going to do with all this? Because there's, for example, you doing the things that you're really, really good at. And there's others who, let's say, perceive you and they understand that. But maybe there's a big disconnect here. Maybe there's a big misunderstanding between like you and the rest of the world that really has to be acknowledged right now. In other words, it would be like the challenge is accepting that there's a disconnect. Okay, that's how I feel it, Jessica. Sorry, but it's important because once you can identify a problem or name a problem, then at least you can go on from there, because then the problem doesn't own you. Once you can name it, then you own it, and now you can do something about it. So the question is like trying to figure out and find a place where you can be valued and appreciated by others, and where you can appreciate and value your peers as well. Okay, so that you can invest for the long term. But that's the challenge. There's a big, big question mark here, a huge question mark. So let's go. Let's have a look. How are we going to handle this? Another repeat card. This is all very, very earthy, very, very earthy, grounded energy here, energy of grounding, where my feeling with the Hangman here, okay, in the conditions card, my feeling is that it's time to take a really, really good close look in the mirror, Jessica, and have a real honesty check with yourself, and start to really, I'm going to get back to tarot illumination basics. It's really important to go back to square one, start all over again, love yourself first, okay? See yourself as this beautiful, awesome being where you do have the ability to manifest. You do have the talents, you do have the gifts, you do have the resources, you have the abundance, you have the fertilizer, you have the nutrients, and you're in touch with that, and you can gather what you need from everything around you. You're swimming in the right environment. You're in like a very rich nutrient pool that is absolutely ripe for coming into being. But you have to acknowledge it. You have to be aware of it. You have to understand that you really are worthy. You really are deserving, and you to receive, and that you have to be ready. You have to be willing. You have to be able to receive. And that means loving yourself first. So important, because you might have been one of these people where you were just giving it away, just constantly giving away to everybody and everyone who needs it, because you're naturally rich and abundant anyway. And some people in their innocence think, well, that's cool, I'll just keep giving it away. But what happens is you end up depleting yourself to the point where you start to value your own worth, because people look at you and think, well, Jessica, she just gives it away. Okay, well, if she's giving it away, I'll just take it. And then you end up depleted. Duh. So like, if that is a shocking awakening to you, where you realize, oh my gosh, I've been giving it away all this time. Oh no. It's time to realize that you have a right to, let's say, relate with your peers in a way where you are valued as much as you value your peers. In other words, where it's reciprocal, where there's mutual appreciation, mutual trust, mutual investment, where they start to get you, they understand you, you invest in them, they invest in you. It's like a team effort where you're all working as a team as opposed to exploitation about what can they get out of you and what are you giving away to them. Okay? So love you first, Jessica. Please understand that you're just awesome and gorgeous and beautiful enough to be who you are without having to explain it or justify it to anybody. Just be that and do it, uh, almost to the point of defiance, but you don't have to go that far. All right? You just have to be you in your most gorgeous self. All right? That's enough. Primary, I can't handle it anymore. We're going to have to follow up later. Okay? Sorry. I know you let me off the hook earlier, so I'm taking your at your word. Thank you so, so much. All right, Jessica? I hope that works for you. I hope you get something out of it. All right? All right. So I'm going to put put the cards away. I'm going to leave it as it is. Uh, I know sometimes we go on till 10 or 11 o'clock, all right? All right, so Jessica, I hope you got something out of it. I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to put a little song on to cheer us up. It's for the ladies, and I felt very lucky to know some people like this. And so when I wrote the song, I was very lucky to find the singer. It felt very, very true. And I got to interpret their lives and put it in words and songs and tunes for them in a way that works, so that it's almost like universal. Like even I don't know. Anyway, I'll just play it for you. It's called Hey Yo. We're gonna have fun tonight. All right. Okay, let's have a look. Give me a moment here. Hey Yo, I need Hey Yo. Uh, Dance along, ladies. It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight, school, my stalker walked me home. Your kids love the finger puppets. Cool, thank you. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch, so I'm getting counseling for being uncontrollable. Just feels he gave me, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you love me so long. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Shows the manicures, the great balance of mood. Shows the dance, the pipes, the fancy racks, the empty substitutions. What I really need is a man that stands me on my shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean, diving in the pool. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm secure and acting all tender is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight, school was strong, watch me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another trouble. The doctors will take care of me, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you let me close it all. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. I chose the manicures, the great fancy shoes, the pants, the bags, the fancy racks, the empty substitutes. What a thing they need is a man that throws me on my shoulders, takes me naked in the ocean, telling me when I'm tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm secure and acting all tender is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to leave the show running for a while because it looks like you guys are deeply involved in readings on the side. Okay, I hope you don't mind.
one of those days where
We just want this noted.
My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight, school bus.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We do what we can.
I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch, so I'm getting counseling for being uncontrollable.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you so much. We'll follow up on the modeling show, okay?
I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Shoes and manicures, the way that I see you. Shoes and dance the backs, the fancy backs, the water king, they need a cement. It's fast me on my shoulder. It takes me naked in the ocean, floating with the I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm superior like they all do. There is no guarantee that I will be accepted. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Hold on, I'm going to change the song. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put Love the Word on just to part for parting company, since that's kind of what we do here, okay? And it's just a quiet way to leave the show. I'm going to start it again.
Say the word, chant the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word.
Say the word of the word. Breathe the word. Whisper the word. Sign the word of the word. I'm just saying goodnight to everybody. So, yeah, your favorite darkness. I'm just answering. I'm here. I'm still here. I'm just chilling. I'm unwinding. You know, when we do this stuff, to me, it's like having a private party with all you guys. I feel extremely blessed. I feel like it's very exclusive and very special. Like we're all part of some super VIP club, and I just love doing it. And the problem is, I have a challenge letting go because it's so beautiful. The experience over here is so beautiful for Terra Illumination that I don't want it to stop. So I hope you can understand that. But the reality is, I'm just like you guys. I live in a three-dimensional body and I have limited capacities. Let's just put it that way. I have a lot of, let's just say, physical limitations, and I have to work around that. But my mind and my heart and my soul are very active, and I do everything I can to put everything I can here for you guys. You know, I have a little bit of a personal life too, like you guys too. Um, and I like to bring some of my own personal energy into Terra Illumination. Mostly, it's not personal. Mostly with Terra Illumination, I'm operating as a service. I just see myself as a conduit, more or less like a, you know, piece of fiber optic cable. I'm just doing what makes sense. But now and again, especially when we do the shows where things get more personal, where I like to, you know, like we did on the other night with the new moon invocation, I like to share some of my own personal energies with you. Okay, and because that's what I do. That's what I do for myself to try and to keep to keep alive over here. I have to do a tremendous amount of self healing on a daily basis. It's like a personal, private, uh, kind of a very strange uh, yoga practice. You could call it that. And it is self healing because ultimately all healing is self healing anyway. And so now and again, I feel like sharing that with you. Terra Illumination, the channel itself, and the energy is just sharing the generic stuff that I can with you. But of course, we can go, you know, to another level if you want to. So I would invite all of you to hang in and just keep hanging in for the long term. And it looks like a bunch of you are making friends with each other. That's good. It's like what Abby would say, where the banyan tree is growing, the Terra Illumination Love Tribe is growing. And the more you love and support each other, the more you support and love each other. And it's reciprocal, okay? I feel it from over here. It shows up, okay? So thank you so much. I'm going to put the song on again, and then I'm going to quietly fade away for the evening, and we'll all meet up again next week. I hope that's okay with you guys. I want to apologize, by the way, for all the people who really needed a reading, who really deserve a reading, but they never got a reading. And I don't have a solution for that. You know, it's very expensive to get private readings. So um, that's why we do the little free stuff. It's kind of a promotion theme. At least you get a chance. All right. So hang in and we'll, you know, we'll grow together. All right. Thank you so, so much. And let's have a look here. I'm just going to play the song again. I hope you don't mind. I'll let you guys chat amongst yourselves now. Say the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, raise the word, feel the word of Good night, folks. Thanks so much. See you again soon. Good night, Mike. Good night, Giggle. It's been a pleasure. Good night, favorite. Good night, Imnox. Love you guys. Good night, Abby. We'll talk soon, okay? Good night, Primary. You probably all already left. Bye. Good night, Monica. Good night, Monica. Thank you so much. Good night, Giggle. Good night, Courtney. I'm still here, favorite. I'm still here. Good night, Monica. Good night, Monica. Yeah, good night, my lovies. Good night, my lovies. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. Okay. Thanks, favorite. Yeah, you got it, Courtney. Hold on. I'm going to write it down. I'll have to go back. Eight of Swords the first. Thanks, favorite. I'm going to go play with this in a little bit. Sing the word, share the word, speak the word, dance somewhere in time. Thank you, Somewhere in Time, for visiting. Thank you so much. Feel the word of the word. Live the word, vibrate the word. Yeah, I kind of need a vacation. If you were writing to me about that, thank you. Sing the word, chant the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, live the word, love the word, play the word, vibrate the word. Sing the word, Thank you, Monica. I really need it. I really need it. Love you too, Mike. Thanks for showing up. We need people like you. Thanks, everybody. Good night. It's been lovely having you. I gotta go. I hate shutting the show down. I love being here with you guys. It's kind of like my family. It's the nearest thing I have to family in that kind of way at the spiritual level. And I wish I could have you all over. All right. Bye now. Good night. Bye.